The big story that we're tracking today. The Pakistan government is in for major turn of events. This after Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has announced that his government would step down before completing its tenure. Now, according to what has been reported in a Pakistani newspaper, the Prime Minister has said that this government will hand over the reins to a caretaker administration before his governance ends, which is on the 14th of August. The general elections for the new government are likely to be conducted in November this year, is what we're understanding. The Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has also hinted that his ousted elder brother, three-time Prime Minister and Pakistan Muslim League leader Nawaz Sharif may return to the electoral fray in the upcoming polls. Remember, Nawaz Sharif was disqualified as the Prime Minister of Pakistan in 2017 over very serious graft allegations. Nawaz Sharif would become the Prime Minister of Pakistan for the fourth time if this happens and if the party wins the upcoming general elections. Let's also now bring in our colleague Abhishek, who's standing by to help us understand what's really happening in Pakistan and what is the future as far as India's neighbor is concerned. So Abhishek, a lot of turmoil that is taking place specifically after this claim that has come in from the Prime Minister nonetheless, that they will not complete their tenure and they will be handing over the reins as far as the caretaker administration is concerned. Do we have any details as terms of what is going to constitute or who is going to constitute this caretaker administration?
So, of course, there are a few names, but Ishaq, who happens to be the finance minister of Pakistan, his name is in the front. And here is the controversy because the two major partners of the incumbent government, the one led by Nawaz Sharif, and Shehbaz Sharif, and the other by Asif Ali Zardari. There is a difference that Ishaq happens to be close family relatives to Sharif family, and here the Zardari side, they don't want a close loyalist family member of Nawaz Sharif faction or his family to be the caretaker prime minister because it is an understanding in political landscape of Pakistan that the caretaker prime minister has to be a person who is neutral, who doesn't have any loyalty or any biases against any particular party. But with Ishaq Dar becoming a runner for this caretaker prime ministership, this is something that the other side is not very well convinced that he will be a neutral in policy making or decisions, especially during the crucial time of general election, which is supposed to be held somewhere around October, when Pakistan's general election will happen, and Pakistan's incumbent government is facing a very strong opposition from Imran Khan across the country. Though Imran Khan has been weakened by several desertion of his close loyalists and senior party leaders in the recent past, but still Imran Khan happens to be still a very strong and solid opposition of the current government in Pakistan, which is already dealing with the crisis of political turmoil, internal security issues, financial issues, rising inflation, and of course the depleting foreign affairs, foreign reserves. So some of these issues have been sorted because of the IMF loans and sanctions, and some of the issues are being tackled by regularly negotiating with Afghanistan side so that the internal security doesn't go out of the hand. But still, who will be the caretaker prime minister is still very much in the limbo because the Shakdar has said that he does not desire to be the prime minister or caretaker prime minister. So he has himself not said any affirmation whether he is going to be or he is running for the office, even if it is for the caretaker government. But still, there is a lot of confusion who will be the next caretaker government, whether there will be consensus or something, some political confusion will remain. We'll have to see for this.
Before we bring in our guest, Abhishek, I also want to quickly understand now there is also a lot of murmur as far as Nawaz Sharif's return is concerned, and this is going to be very interesting, but also parallelly will ruffle a lot of feathers. How likely is the possible return as far as Nawaz Sharif is concerned?
See, it looks like return of Nawaz Sharif is the one of the most biggest trump card that Pakistan People's Party have, and his return has been talked about in the past also. In fact, when Shehbaz Sharif became the prime minister, the first thing that the people and the social circle were abuzz about that now it's going to be very smooth and easy for Nawaz Sharif to return, who is already facing a lot of corruption charges in the country, and he was sort of in a self-exile mode. But now there has been indication that Nawaz Sharif is not returning to Pakistan. There are news that he is going to be in Dubai, where the senior party leaders from PPP and PDM, they will be going there and discussing the way ahead, who could be the caretaker prime minister, what should be the portfolios, so that at least there should be some sort of understanding between the two major coalitions who are standing against Imran Khan's party, PTI in Pakistan. But Nawaz Sharif's role is surely going to be crucial. In
Okay.
fact, he is been behind so many important policy decisions in Pakistan. Even now, so many political shots he is
Yeah.
calling. But will he be on screen as well, or will
Hmm.
he continue to be behind the screen and controlling all the affairs? That remains to be questioned.
Abhishek, we'll just request you to stay on with us. Let's also now bring in our guest. We have senior journalist from Pakistan, Faraz Saeed, also now joining us. Faraz, good to have you with us to talk about what's really next as far as Pakistan is concerned. This confirmation that has now come in from the Pakistan Prime Minister himself that their government will not be completing tenure. Help us understand what has led to that decision.
Okay, so now there's always a method to madness. In this madness, now there's a reason why they want to step out earlier. If the constitutional tenure ends on its own, the elections will be held within 60 days. However, if the government chooses to exit earlier, then the election will be held after 90 days. So there's a 30-day extension on when elections will be held. That is one of the reasons they're exiting earlier. Second, they want to extend or prolong the period of caretaker government because again, strict economic decisions have to be made. Third, as we've discussed that Ishaq Daz, the current finance minister and PMLN stalwart's name has been proposed
Yeah.
as a caretaker prime minister, which is against constitution as well, because again you have to have a caretaker non-political person as the head of the caretaker setup to hold elections that are neutral. However, Ishaq did wanted to, become the caretaker prime minister, but his own party stalwart, Khwaja Asif, who's the current defense minister,
Yeah.
has rejected the idea, and he said that it will not stand the heat of the constitution, the Supreme Court decisions or judgments, because again, this will be challenged in every nook and corner of the constitution and
Yeah.
in the media. So there is a method to madness, and the
Okay.
political parties are playing along with this madness so far.
You're saying there's a method to madness. Now, instability, what is this going to mean as far as the future of Pakistan is concerned? And more importantly, what will this mean as far as the likes of Imran Khan is concerned? But before we discuss that, I also want to understand how likely is the return of Nawaz Sharif now, because that also has been hinted by the current Prime Minister himself.
Well, the return of Nawaz Sharif has been going on for about a year and a
Hmm.
half. I mean, his own younger brother is the prime minister, and
Yeah.
he is unable to bring him back. The point is, there is a distrust between the establishment and Nawaz Sharif himself. Shehbaz, on the other hand, is the only prime minister or the candidate who military seems is a perfect fit, because again he is he will listen to the commands. Nawaz Sharif, on the contrary, has been at odds with all the military commanders in the past, and military still do not trust Nawaz Sharif, and it's the otherwise as well. Nawaz Sharif still do not trust the military. That is why he is not coming back. However, when we talk about how Nawaz Sharif is coming back for past year, I mean the chatter has been going on so far, because again PMLN vote bank can only be rallied with the idea that Nawaz Sharif, their leader, is coming back, or else PMLN will lose its vote bank, because
Yeah.
PMLN votes or PMLN voters only vote for Nawaz Sharif, not Mariam Nawaz, not Khwaja Asif, not Shehbaz Sharif, not Ishaq Dar.
So I quickly also want to understand before I wrap this discussion, where is Imran Khan while all of this activity is happening?
Well, of course, Imran Khan is testing the heat of the courts. He's visiting. He's being presented him to different courts every other day. The point is, I mean, we have to connect the dots. Why do the current government thinks that it is viable to exit earlier and hold elections after 90 days instead of 60 days? Because again, they think that the caretaker setup will be pro-military, and
Yeah.
he or she will be hell-bent upon indicting Imran Khan in one case or the other, and those 90 days will be crucial for Imran Khan to be behind the prison and be
Okay.
ineligible to contest election, and that is what the play is all about.